never had a freak off, but when he was a kid, his mom would have a freak out. Adam Carolla.
Yeah, get it on. Got to get on the choice. Got to get on a mandate. You get it on. Orny Adams in the hizzy. Let me ask you this, Orny. You're a pretty self-absorbed guy, but I want to get the cut of your jib on something.
It's so strange that you would call me self-absorbed.
Yeah, that's how self-absorbed people, that's how they process information.
I would say you're more self-absorbed than I am.
It's a possibility.
Yeah.
It's a possibility, but I don't know. I have kids, for instance, which means like you can be self-absorbed with kids, but only so self-absorbed. You know what I mean? Because you do have to funnel time, attention, and funds towards somebody other than you. You know,
the kids that you've been ignoring for 20 plus years.
Those kids, yeah. What's his nose and what's her name over there?
Your new JD Vance stance.
This is my stance.
It's amazing how a topic
you
comes
have a
up.
good time with your cats.
Yeah,
over there. Now, are you petting them or eating them or selling them to Haitian neighbors? Like, what are you doing with your cats, Orny, and your self-absorbed lifestyle?
I can say this. I was in Vegas last weekend doing shows, and JD Vance came up. And I just went off, and people love to laugh at JD Vance. Everybody. He's a joke.
Speaking of, I find him quite eloquent.
You do? Of course you do.
Yeah. Well, if you ever hear him debate, he is quite eloquent.
But don't you think it's interesting that you've never talked about me not having kids, but now that your new hero, JD Vance, has made this a topic.
I was really just going down a different road here, which is I have a litmus test to figure out narcissists.
I'm not even close to narcissistic.
I know, but let's see if we can lay this scenario out for you.
Yeah.
And you tell me what you think.
Okay, but do you think you could ask me to do this without insulting me first?
I could see a world where maybe that existed, but I don't live in it, Orny.
Yeah.
You may be right. There may have been a way to broach this subject without insulting you.
Right.
I don't know that. I don't know how to get. I don't know that route. I don't know how to get there. But I will say it probably exists on some plane that I'm not living on. But let's just move forward with the scenario.
But you brought this up. I would never bring this up. But as I've come to know you in the last few years, I would say you're more self-absorbed in it for Adam Carolla than most people. Like, you're real Hollywood.
Yeah. I know. That's why you see, I drive a Mazda. Come on, you know.
Oh, you drive a Mazda to offset
to make
how
a statement. To make a statement. You know what I mean?
Adam Carolla has 2,000 bottles of baby oil.
And a life supply of dildos and butt plugs, -1 because I'm wearing one now.
Right, of course. All right. Here's my thing.
I can get into P. Diddy. I got questions about that.
Anytime.
I'm ready. Let's go there. I'll circle back to my other one. But
okay, and I'm going to circle back to you being as self-absorbed as you are.
Thank you.
You are you're ruthless. You're a ruthless Hollywood business guy. That's what I've come to realize.
It's all about the Benjamins.
It is.
And I went from kissing Weinstein's ass to kissing P. Diddy's ass. And now I'm out of cheeks to kiss.
Not only that, you interned for R. Kelly.
Oh, yeah. I did, yeah. Yeah, he used to chain me to a radiator so I wouldn't leave. All right, so P. Diddy, tell me this theory.
Okay.
I have this theory. Whenever they're talking about what rich guys do, they're telling the story, in the news, and they go, he would watch, male prostitutes have sex with young starlets or whatever, while he sat in the corner and he pleasured himself. And they always say sat and pleasured himself. Mm-hmm. But when you and I are home and alone, we're beating off. We're not pleasuring ourselves. We're beating off. But they never say beating off. They go, he sat there pleasuring himself. And then I thought to myself, pleasuring yourself to beating off is basically what cuisine is to food. It's the same thing. It just gussied it up a little to say cuisine. And then I thought, that's the same as brothel is to whorehouse. And then I thought,
there's a lot going on here. This is way too much.
And then I thought, I would much rather be caught eating cuisine at a brothel while pleasuring myself than caught eating food at a whorehouse while beating off.
It's a lot.
I know it's a lot, but I'm saying anyone with a significant other, let's put it this way. If somebody said, why did you break up with Orny?
Yeah.
And the person said, he was eating food at a whorehouse while beating off, everyone would go, oh man, you better get away from that guy as fast as you could. But if someone said he was eating cuisine at a brothel while pleasuring himself, the woman would go, well, my husband golfs and that's even worse. And they would tell her to get over it. That's all. The power of language.
Yeah, I know you're working on a new bit, and I'm just going to tell you right now, it doesn't work. And the good news is...
Wait a minute. The good news is Halloween.
It's Halloween time.
Halloween is coming up.
And
Halloween is coming up.
I know you're looking to replace, and you come to me as one of the gatekeepers of stand-up comedy.
We people turned it.
Yeah. I mean, I got the call last week. They said, let Carolla know the Halloween decorations are out.
Oh, they're putting them out. Okay.
There's pumpkin everything at Trader Joe's.
It's on.
Come on. Now you can do it. You can officially... do the Halloween bit without any sort of self-awareness.
It's timely.
It's not timely.
It's requested.
Now it is.
Well, during the season, yeah.
I mean, people come to my shows and they request it. That's how I've made this like your signature bit. It's the greatest.
All right. So isn't P. Diddy beating off in the corner?
Yeah, but
why do we call it pleasuring? Or is it pleasuring when there's somebody else in the room, but when I'm sitting home looking at Pornhub, that's beating off?
Yeah. No, it's pleasuring when it's in the press. I mean, even you, as poor as you are, they would say Adam Carolla caught pleasuring himself. They wouldn't say beating off. It's too salacious. It's too. And there's a violence to beating off.
Yeah.
You're angry. You've been angry at your penis your whole life.
Yeah.
And you try and just beat it off.
Yeah. Versus the relationship you have with pleasuring yourself.
Here's the other thing. Nobody uses the word brothel anymore. You date yourself.
By saying brothel.
Yeah, it's like when you drop a Gilligan's Island reference in your Halloween bit.
Oh,
it shows your age.
That gets a pop every time. I love my Skipper reference.
I tried to throw in a
people use brothel. They call them in Vegas. They call them brothels. They don't call them whorehouses. They call them brothels.
I guess
brothels timely.
I guess, but it's not. Do you hear dudes ever say, "Hey, we're going to the brothel tonight," or do they say? We're going to the whore.
They say, I'm going to a whorehouse, but if they get caught by their wives, they convert it to brothel.
Yeah.
That's my point. I was eating cuisine at a brothel while pleasuring myself. What's the big one?
Well, and the brothels, the whorehouses call themselves a brothel so they don't get shut down because it sounds more upmarket.
Essentially what it is our entire life, there were used car lots. There was a movie called Used Cars. Cal Worthington would sell you a used car. Now they're previously owned.
Not even previously. Pre-owned. Pre-owned vehicles.
Oh, they're pre-owned?
Yeah, they're pre-owned. We've shortened it.
Wait, a used car is pre-owned?
Pre-owned, not previously owned.
Oh, they just go pre-owned.
Pre-owned.
Pre-owned feels weird because it feels like a new car because it'd be before owned.
I think they're called pre-owned. Am I wrong?
No, Orny's correct. Pre-owned.
But pre would mean before somebody owned it, right?
But somebody owned it before. Yeah.
No, I think they're abbreviating previously.
That's what they call it. I do car commercials. Yes, pre-owned. Yeah.
So,
are we keeping count how many times I'm right on this podcast? And
I know, but it doesn't make sense.
Because there's a lot.
It's just short for previously.
Correct.
Okay. But pre also means something.
The language is pre-owned. That's the language they use. But they also still use used.
Oh, they do use used?
Yes. New and used vehicles.
But pre means before, right?
Right. So it was owned before.
Yeah, previously owned.
Yeah. It's just short for previously. You're correct. Don't get too confused.
Your head's
No,
gonna
but
explode.
there's a word called pre, right?
No, pre is the prefix of previously.
Oh, so like,
No,
Pre
they're
is
shortening
pre is not really a word on its own.
oh, it isn't.
No, pre is a prefix.
So pre-cum is previous cum? Preschool
So
is
it's before-
previously school?
Before. Just means before.
Oh.
I don't know.
So pre's always
kind
just
of the
been
opposite,
short.
though. Yeah, okay.
Well, now you got to look it up. Somebody other than Dawson figure this out. So
And thank you, Dawson. We
Pre-owned-
appreciate your input. And
yeah, no, I've
and
heard
setting the
I-
record
I've
straight.
heard-
Somebody else who voices car commercials.
no,
You figured this out.
previously it's short for previously.
Listen, you're
But
wrong.
also pre means not.
I'd like to have an entire episode at the end of the year with you making concessions for everything that I've been correct about.
Yes, pre-owned.
Including the baguette, which we're going to talk about at some
We're
point.
going to get in the baguette. We have to get in the baguette. So, brothel's just nice for whorehouse.
Yes.
I'm just saying P. Diddy was not beating off, he's pleasuring himself.
Okay.
That's all. It's a softer landing. And I agree with you. You can't say it in the evening
Yeah, you
news
can't.
as well. All right, so now back to
But here's my thing.
give me your thing.
1,000 bottles of baby oil and not one baby? I mean, at least have some decoy babies laying around.
Yeah, I don't feel, first off, how much baby oil? Like, could you pick up the TV remote at P. Diddy's house without it flying out of your hand? Could you come in and like go, I ordered a beer and a schooner, and someone would come around and just go fly? I feel like everything must be covered with oil.
I know one hotel he was banned from coming back. He was pre-banned.
Previously banned.
Pre-banned because he got oil all over the furniture and the bed, and so there's all sorts of...
Pre-banning.
Yeah, he got pre-banned. What are they doing? Like wrestling? It feels like they're doing some sort of like they're oiling up and doing wrestling.
Well, there is that, but there's also like, you know, he may have been like, there's doomsdayers, you know what I mean, who prep with like dried food and water and stuff like that. Maybe he was like an orgy doomsdayer. Like if they shut down the Costco,
right?
And there's nowhere else, I'm not going to spend top dollar to buy baby oil on the black market. I will be prepared, like a lot of people did with COVID. You know,
this is interesting. Was there a shortage of baby oil during COVID? Like maybe this triggered something in him where like he couldn't get baby oil in 2022. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Because of Obama, probably.
Yeah, Obamacare.
Yeah.
That's right. Big pharma.
This
all
Diddy
colluding.
guy's not very smart, by the way. I heard he wants to start fracking for baby oil.
What? No.
Yes.
No, I think Kamala talked him out of that.
Yeah.
All right, back to
me not having kids, and I'm a cat lady.
I just want to.
and
I just want to
what
find
else
out.
Am I?
I just want to find out if I'm still freaked out about pre and previously. I can't believe I made that pre is not its own word.
Well, don't they
It's
call
such
like premature babies preemies, or what are they? What's that?
Right, but so premature is pre, like before, but it's not previously babies, or is it? Is it? Byron, is this a thing, or I'm just making this up? Or are you done?
I mean, when you're talking about pre-cum, I think it means preceding cum.
That's all he can think about is the pre-cum.
No,
comment. We moved on.
Is there a word? Is pre just short for previously, or does it exist somewhere else, like preemie baby? Do you know what I'm saying? Is it just short for previously baby? That's what you're looking for, not looking for cum.
The word pre in the Oxford Dictionary is a preposition meaning previous to or before.
There you go.
Right. Before. So I have it as before.
Right. So if something was pre-owned, it was owned before you owned it.
Oh. That was like before it was sold is how I have it. All right. All right. Now, back to my litmus test. Disney. You ever been on the Disneyland tour? And have you ever had a guide?
No.
So I was thinking about this and in a way to test people's, let's see, in a way to test people's self-awareness or narcissism. I took my kids there. I took my family there a long time ago. And we were signed up for the guide to hustle us around and get in the front of every line. And not only is it really expensive, but I just announced cosmically, I don't want to walk up in front of the line and go in front of everyone who's been waiting in line. And it was explained to me that that's not how it worked. Like there was a way to do it where you didn't just walk in front of everyone. That was a lie.
Yeah.
You just walk in front of everyone.
Yeah.
And I was uncomfortable with it. And I was talking to Dr. Drew about it. And I said, I was really uncomfortable. I didn't like it, and I wouldn't want to do it again. And then he said he kind of would feel that way too. But then I thought most people wouldn't. But then I thought it was a good sort of Mason-Dixon line to kind of measure where people's wiring is. Like, would you be totally fine just walking in front? I mean, you pay $600 an hour for this bitch in a kilt to walk you to the front. But would you be completely cool with it, or would you have feelings about walking in front of everybody, even though, you know, they signed up, they know what the game is, they didn't pay the extra money, you paid the extra money. But how would you feel about that?
Is there a dedicated line that says for the Disney Plus people?
No, they just walk you in the front. They just walk you in front of everyone, and they go, "Hey, family of refugees."
Hey, by the way,
Haitian cat eaters, hold the phone.
Yeah.
This guy's better than you.
But they
do the same that they do with Clear.
That's what I was going to say. This is pre-check and Clear. It's the same thing.
Previous check.
Pre-check, yeah. Previously check. Yeah, this is the same as like there's a lane in California you can pay extra and not have to be stuck in traffic. There's a BMW lane. It's the same. If you have money, you get ahead. That's the system.
Yeah.
That's the system. I don't do it.
Would you be comfortable with it?
I don't know because I haven't been there to see the situation. I can't answer.
Would you be
honestly.
Comfortable being raped with a table leg? Or do you not know because you've
No, that's happened to me. So let me answer.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's different.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think that's a little bit different.
Well, why don't you imagine
I think
yourself
your
walking?
other guests, you buy into your extreme examples. But I'm not. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be fooled by your
How about you
rake.
eat some psilocybin mushrooms and imagine a world where you walked in front of other people to get onto the Matterhorn before them? Would you be comfortable with that? This
is all part of your self-absorption and narcissism.
Would you be comfortable?
You cannot, like if somebody doesn't play your game exactly, it makes you uncomfortable.
Well, let me paint a picture. When I was told many years ago, we shall get a guide who will walk us in front of the line, I had not experienced it yet, but I said, I don't like that. Like, I'm uncomfortable with that. So I had not done it, but I was able to render an opinion.
Okay, now let me ask you a question.
That's what I'm asking for.
When the opportunity came to cut everybody, did you say, hey, I'm going to the back of the line?
No.
So you just had a feeling. Let me tell you something. Narcissists have feelings all the time.
Three family members that were all getting on the Matterhorn, and I couldn't have joined them 2 hours later because they were all getting on because they didn't have a problem with it.
And why not have them dispel your principles and show them by example and go to the end of the line? When you buy a first-class ticket, do you feel bad when the coach people walk past you? Do you stand up and say to the person, limping, why don't you sit in first, or the veteran or the old lady? Of course not.
No,
your money
I would.
buys you so much shit. The only shit your money hasn't bought you.
Watch the language.
You're still whacking off.
Beating off. And you're pleasuring yourself in your brothel.
Damn right I am. I went to Emory University.
No,
pleasure.
This is not an apples to apples thing because it'd be like if there was a line of coach people waiting to get into my first class seat and I walked past all of them and sat down in the seat. They're first class coach, that's something else. This is they're waiting to get into the same seat on the Matterhorn.
Yeah. I love that for the first time in your life, you found when you had empathy And you are now using this as an example to just blanketly, declare yourself
Look,
empathetic.
listen, I said to Dr. Here's what I'm trying to figure out. I said to Dr. Drew earlier, I said, listen, if during COVID you said, I will give you $5,000 for every person you tell to fix their mask or put up their mask or wear their mask when they're in front of me, I said I would make no money because I would never say it and I would be way too uncomfortable with this thing that I could get $5,000 a pop for. Meanwhile, you could walk down in Venice Beach and have people tell you to put the mask on for free. Just a bunch of fucking yentas who wanted to get into your shit. So what I'm saying is...
So the Jews are ignoring.
What appears to be uncomfortable to me, other people would do for free and did do for free with me, to everyone. So, one man's the poison is another man's fountain of youth. Yeah. So... I want to know. For me, it's uncomfortable to walk in front of everyone and get in line. For others, they have no thoughts about it. They would go, I paid for this. Other people paid for it. This is the way it works. I have no feeling.
But a lot of the people that do this...
So what would your feelings
I think a lot of people that do this also don't have that opportunity to feel VIP and special as often as you do. And I'm sure most of your concern was, what if somebody recognizes me? Which, very slim chance.
I didn't have that, no.
Very slim chance that somebody
I don't
goes,
know.
Is
that's
that
a pretty
is
that's
that
a savvy
Carolla?
crowd. That's a pretty savvy crowd over there at Disneyland. Oh, yeah.
No. I've been going around the country. I've been dropping your name.
Yeah.
And I get a lot of, who?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, they know I like the band, The Who.
I go, no, I'm going to be on the Carolla podcast.
Oh, big
Who?
standing ovation.
Who?
Nah, they know I like The Who. That's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
I like Quadrophenia. Yeah. So comfortable or uncomfortable doing it?
It seems to me.
Hypothetically for you.
It seems to me that you're a socialist and you believe everybody should get the same.
No, I'm saying I'm uncomfortable with walking front. But would you be comfortable or uncomfortable with
I would never pay for the package.
You see,
so I'm going to start there.
We've invented a whole column called Hypothetical Questions.
Yeah, okay.
For these reasons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So hypothetically, would you be comfortable walking to the front?
I'd love to be on the stand and you trying to,
This is a pretty simple one.
I don't know, to be honest with you. I mean, if I looked at all the people in line.
All right, Dawson, would you know? I'm moving on from Orny, who can't envision a world where he does a thing that a lot of other people do.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think Orny makes a really good point, and I'm going to say that the reason why you are, why it makes you uncomfortable is that people do recognize you. I would have zero problem with it because no one's going to know who I am, ever see me again. No problem.
I don't have, I have no, the issue was not people recognizing me. I have an issue with it just sort of generally.
Well, but the reason why I would have no problem with it is these people don't know who I am. There's going to be nothing nagging.
Right, but you could desecrate a synagogue and no one would know who you were, but you wouldn't be comfortable with it. So I'm saying, there are things you wouldn't do. It's not about recognition all the time. It's stuff you wouldn't do.
I would be 100% comfortable with cutting people in line if I paid for it at Disneyland.
All right,
absolutely.
It's part of.
I felt that.
It's part of.
I had that pre-thought about you, Dawson.
But think about it. This is the system. Just like there's a first class on the plane. If we're going to keep using that example, there's a system. You go to Disneyland, you know the deal. There's going to be people that get to skip the line.
Yeah,
if they pay more.
No, what you're saying is you can go to a restaurant, you can order filet mignon, or you can order a hamburger, and then you have to pay for it. This is a little different because people are waiting in line for the filet mignon, and I'm taking it. I did pay more. It is the system, but it's not your airline system. Your airline system is, I'd fly the shit out of Southwest because it's cheap and I don't care. But
not so cheap anymore.
Probably
Those
not.
flights Burbank to Las Vegas, they're getting pricey.
All I know is they've cut off all the beverage because they just go, it's choppy now. And then they don't have to
every single flight.
Every single
and it's
flight.
not choppy. It's the smoothest flight ever.
Well, they do this fucked up math where they go, hey, leaving Vegas, it was a little choppy getting out.
Right.
Well, I'm like, we're not leaving Vegas. We're in Burbank. It's 78 degrees and there's calm sky. So we can just get our beverage. And then when it gets choppy, when we start landing in Vegas, they would have already collected all the beverages.
This is what happens. It's 100% of the time.
Yes.
Not 90% of the time.
No, it's now 100% of the time.
100.
Yes.
The flight attendants walk on the plane. They look at the captain because he makes the decision. And they go, hey, Cap, is it going to be too choppy to serve? Can we tell them that you've instructed us to stay down the whole flight? They do nothing. You know what I do? I now bring trash from home to put in that seat pocket in front of me.
Oh,
F you, Southwest.
You're right. You're muling trash in just to give someone something to do over there.
They don't do anything. They don't even come around with bags. They don't bring water. They do nothing. And Burbank to Vegas, if you've never done it before, you have to keep the shades down the whole time because it's so hot. So you're in there dehydrating and getting sick. Does Southwest care? They don't give a shit.
I'm with you, my friend.
And it's not choppy at all. It's the smoothest flight ever. Just pre-pour waters and hand out water. Ugh. Minimum.
That they listen. Southwest did with beverage what hotels did with COVID, which is like, well, we don't have maid service anymore. Like everything magically goes to your bottom line.
Yeah.
But you just cut out. You're sitting in first class. Like I said, order a drink in first class. Give me a vodka, soda water, and lemon. We don't have lemons anymore.
Yeah.
Why not COVID?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, COVID and citrus. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Like they just wanted to stop doing stuff that cost them money, and now they're doing it. And Southwest just figured out, in the name of safety, we can just work the safety angle, tell the stewardesses that they're going to stay in their jump seat, and we can save ourselves some money on whatever we're handing out.
But it's based on nothing. It's never choppy. That's the thing.
That's the ruse. The ruse is it's choppy coming out of Vegas because it's 128 degrees coming out of Vegas over the desert. So there's like a lot of air coming up and rising and heat coming off the tarmac. And it's choppy, and then they get to 10,000 feet, and then it's not choppy, and then it's smooth all the way to Burbank, and then it's smooth into Burbank.
Into Vegas, but it's also smooth into Vegas. I haven't had chop into Vegas.
In the dog days of summer, when it gets over 119, it gets a little bumpy. But that's all right because you have from Burbank to our descent in Vegas to give us a drink. Yeah. And you don't. And you're right.
It should be mandatory. They should hand out little bottles. It should be law.
Yeah.
Law.
Yeah.
I'm going to change things. I'm going to be the Ralph Nader, the new Nader.
Oh, the new Nader.
New Nader. Not pre-Nader.
Where's old Nader?
Who knows?
Where's Toe Mater? Or is that a Disney movie? Speaking of Disney, Dawson, no problem waiting in that, going right to the front of that line.
No problem at all.
Good for you, Dawson.
Anybody else here have no feelings about it? I'm trying to think. Emmy, no feelings. Byron, no feelings. No feelings.
Nobody. Yeah, you're the only one. And you got little brownie points from Dr. Drew.
I have a black card. I'm not here to talk about myself. How dare you? I have an American Express black card.
Yeah.
Which gets me at the American Express Centurion Lounge.
Yeah.
If there's a line at the bar, I get to walk in front of all the losers with the green American Express.
How do you feel about that?
I was there 3 days ago. There were 2 people in front of me in line. I just waited.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to walk in front of them.
Okay, what if there were 6 people?
If there was a bunch of people, I probably... I have gone and sat down and waited for the line to go down. And if there was a bunch of people, I probably would make my move.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the 2 people, I just sat there because I felt uncomfortable. That's all I'm saying.
Like, nobody thinks Adam Carolla, he always does the right thing. Like, I don't think that's a thought people have.
No, that's not a thought. But I think I could measure people and their comfort. I would like to hang out with someone who is uncomfortable walking to the front of the Matterhorn line.
Okay.
I'd like that person as my roommate. My roommate.
Okay.
Versus the one who had no thoughts about it.
Okay.
I would take that person as a roommate.
Okay.
I think that person, they're not going to leave you the dishes.
I'm leaving it open. I'd have to be there, suss the situation out, see how long the line is. Are the people passing out? Are they tired? Is it like Southwest?
There's a big long line. There's a big long line.
That's what you're paying for. You're paying for express checkout.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
Listen.
Don't do it. Don't sign up for it.
I don't like getting pedicures because I think it's weird to pay people to work on your feet.
Yeah.
I know they do it for a living. I know it's their business.
Yeah.
It just feels uncomfortable.
Right.
That you have some small Asian woman tending to your cuticles. Feels, like a class system or something. I don't like it.
Okay, then don't do it.
Well, yeah,
I feel uncomfortable.
Do it.
I feel uncomfortable with a lot of things. When I go out for a nice meal, I don't feel comfortable. Yeah, I don't feel comfortable.
Why not?
Let me ask you a question.
Why don't you feel comfortable?
I start thinking about people starving in other countries.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah. And I told this to Dr. Drew, and he said, you have empathy, and this is a good test. You should ask people what they think, because you're self-absorbed. So
No, he didn't say that to me. He said going out for steak is healthy, but he said being upset over having to cut in line at Disneyland, now that shows empathy.
All right, let me ask you your question on this, because this is split the world. Went out to dinner the other night. Took my girlfriend to a nice restaurant. Okay, it's one of these places that, I don't want to give away the name of the restaurant, but it feels like half of the restaurant feels like you're in a patio. Even though there are real walls going around, the top can retract. And there's a tree from, before the building was there going through it. And around it, there's like sort of a little garden, like a rock garden with little like shrubs and stuff like that. And we're eating, we're having a great time. And, great bottle of wine. We ordered the steak. We ordered, it's got mussels, really. I said, go have fun, go to town. Eating the steak, we're about to wrap it up. And in the little garden there, I see a rat. I see a rat. And I call the guy over. He goes, how is everything? I said, it's a rat. There's a rat right there.
Dead or alive?
On its last legs, because behind the little shrub or tree thing was one of those rat feeders. So it had eaten the poison and it was limping. It was about to vomit its guts and leave us. And this
you say rat feeder, but you mean rat poison thing?
The rat poison box. The bait,
the black one.
The black one.
Yeah.
So they knew there was a problem. And, this meal's going to be between $400 and $500 for two people. Okay? And the check comes. Well, they said to us, can we get you anything else? And do you want this stuff? We stopped eating at that point. And my girlfriend said, yeah, wrap it up. We didn't really think about it. And then they came back, and we buy you dessert. And I was like, don't say yes to dessert because I'm not going to get anything off the tab. So, she said yes. And then we went up. They took us to this VIP area upstairs, and they let us have dessert. They bought us 2 shots of this 20-year-old port wine. Anyway, then they present the check. Nothing off the check. What do you think?
I'm not bugged by that kind of stuff like a lot of people are, but I think if things get pointed out, they should give you something off the check. If you go, I ask for rare and this is well done, but it's fine. I'll just eat it.
Yeah.
When things aren't right and it's verbally pointed out, I think it should be knocked off. I have to look in the mirror for a second and tell people, including you, that with the black card, I can walk to the front of the line waiting to get into the lounge, and I do. So I don't know how that works.
Wait a minute.
How I justify that.
Did we just jump from my
Disneyland.
rat story?
Yeah. It bothered me.
What bothered you?
It seemed hypocritical.
Yeah, you are a hypocrite. That's what I called you on that.
Okay.
Put that on the list. We have baguette. We have he's hypocritical. Has no idea what the word pre is, or the suffix, the prefix, whatever, right?
Well,
what else? You've been wrong about like a lot of. I have a running list. I'd like to. Is there an award at the end of the year for the guest that was most right? You are a hypocrite.
Yeah,
you're full of shit. I
mean,
mean,
pre-cum just means before.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying.
I don't want to make you any more uncomfortable. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
All right, I got other stuff.
Okay.
I agree with you. They can take stuff off for the rat. if you bring it up to them.
How about this? How about a $100 gift certificate to come back? Then you're going to come back and spend another $300. That would be a smart business
If
move.
they have it, yeah. I would say that. All right. Now, a clip to play for you. It is Tracy Ellis Ross, who's a very proud woman of color, and people like her as an actress. I guess she's from Blackish. Is that where she would be known from? Blackish. Yeah. She weighed in on the Oprah Kamala symposium. She was coming in via satellite and weighed in on being a mother or not being a mother. So here it is.
I would like to say to you two women, thank you for what you represent, because as a 52-year-old childless woman, I want to say to the people who think that a woman's worth is measured in her baby count. I mean, shout out to all the amazing mothers, but the childless women have been mothering the world and elevating culture as aunties, godmothers, teachers, mentors, sisters, and friends, and the list goes on. And you do not need to push out a baby to help push humanity forward.
Wow.
Amen to that. Thank you so
true.
much, Tracy Ellis Ross.
Right. So, according to women, the motherless women are heroes, and the actual mothers who mother children are also heroes. So I've done a little de facto mother math here.
Okay.
All women are heroes.
Yeah, you're right.
They're all heroes.
Yeah.
So could this be fair then, just to sort of say for fellas? My statement would be circumcised guys are heroes, and then uncircumcised guys are also heroes. So good news, fellas. We're all heroes. This is good. And I like when the women clap and they're, oh my God, yes, you bitches who are infertile, just keeping the wheels turning.
I
You're
think
keeping the lights on around here. You who will never shit out a kid. So awesome. What a great society.
maybe they
formed.
chose not to have kids.
Whatever it is, they're heroes because they're mothering the world. They don't mother their own offspring, but they do it globally. You know what I mean? They're
I
heroes.
see the clip differently.
I see it as idiots saying nothing, and then I look at the guys that are in the audience, and I'm like, you fucking
We gotta play this.
ballless stooges. How
Right.
did you fucking end up here? Jesus Christ, you want to talk about P-Whip?
No, these are women that are on the, been put on the defensive by J.D. Vance, right? This
Yeah.
is his theory that
Well,
womenless
J.D.
children...
Vance has only been around, for a couple of months in
Yeah.
terms of that. But before that, I think we still thought of them as heroes.
No. He said these women should not be running the country.
Yes.
Which is bullshit.
Oh, no, I agree with that 1,000%.
Wait, you agree with me?
No, I agree with J.D. Vance.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
How do you drink the Kool-Aid so fast? If I had asked you 6 months ago, should women without children
Well, first
be
off,
running the country? Go,
have I
don't
been
care.
yelling about
But the
women in positions of power fucking ruining everything for 20 years?
But that's women in power. That's women in power with kids. Women in power without kids.
Yeah. No, either one. Here's what I'm saying. Right now, we got Tim Walz has no private sector experience. Not ran a business or had a job. Military stuff, school teacher, but not private sector stuff. Kamala Harris has no private sector experience. And Joe Biden has no private sector experience, right? So I like the idea of a politician, whoever it is, with private sector experience, like someone who ran a business or made payroll, so on and so forth, right? I mean, you could sign off on that notion, right?
I'm still thinking about the childless women. I don't want to get off of that.
Can you sign off on the fact that I would prefer somebody with private sector experience?
How many presidents have we had that haven't had private sector experience?
I don't know. But can you sign off on the notion that I personally would like private sector experience?
I don't. You can whatever you want. I want whoever's the most qualified person to run this country. And
Well, I know, but how
it.
qualified are they if they've never ran a business, sort of been in the real world, so to speak?
Yeah.
You know, made payroll, had to deal with the government and regulation and
Listen,
stuff like that.
I'm not taking a side. I don't get into politics, but I'm going to say this: would you rather, from what I understand, Trump destroyed Atlantic City and has gone bankrupt and doesn't pay people? What the hell kind of private sector person is that?
Well, that's another argument. That's bad private sector experience. I mean, that's running a business in the ground. And if that's so, then you got to factor that in as well. I would want to know how this person did in their business world.
Yeah.
But for me, I like someone who's had private sector experience because they've dealt with regulation, they've dealt with the government. They're not just passing rules and never having to deal with those. That's what I'm saying.
Who's the ideal candidate for you?
I like Kennedy a lot. I'd probably like Vivek Ramaswamy a lot. There's not Nikki Haley. What's her name? Who's spaced out? Has been on this show. From
Tulsi
Hawaii,
Gabbard.
Tulsi. Someone like Tulsi Gabbard. Like I like all those people. But what I'm saying is the same way you'd go private sector experience, you can also apply that to being a mom, being a dad, being a parent. That's why politicians always say, as a father of three or as a mother, I know what it's like to pay the bills. I'm like, that's why politicians say it all the time. They always go, I'm a mother.
Yeah.
And why would they say it if it didn't factor in?
Yeah, but do you realize how much experience I have that you'll never have because I didn't have kids?
Oh,
do you want to put that into
pleasuring
account?
yourself while eating cuisine in a brothel?
Yeah, fine.
That's what you do.
That's something. You can run off of that. But
right.
if a woman can't have a child, she shouldn't be penalized or looked down on differently.
No.
She's as qualified.
Listen, they're all heroes. I get it.
No,
the ones who have kids are heroes, and the ones that don't have kids are heroes, and then there are the others.
You're mocking. You're mocking.
I am, because it's a complete waste of time. All these people just in a circle jerk, fucking jacking themselves off. It's like it's nonsense. What are they doing? What's Oprah doing? She doesn't know any better. She's not smarter than this. Is it a waste her time just with a bunch of fucking seals flapping their flappers about nothing? And Meryl Streep's got to be like, oh God. She didn't say anything.
But this is something to them. That's what you're missing.
It is something to them, just like a ball of foil is something to a retarded kid.
So give them a ball of foil.
They got their ball of foil.
Yeah, by the way, you have 1,000 balls of foil in your house next to your baby oil.
I got one set of brass balls, son.
Yeah, please.
Next to your foil balls. All right. We got some news.
Yeah, we got some news.
Got news. All right, we'll do that. We'll take a break. Oh, I want to say Orny's going to be at Brea. The Brea Improv. Beautiful. Brea, California. That'll be September. Or as he calls it, Sep. 27th. That's September's pre-October.
They're prematurely on sale too. So yeah, Brea Improv this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then I'm off to Port Charlotte, Florida. Visani, you should play that place. It's good. It's really good. And then back to Vegas, Kimmel's. A lot of Kimmel's and Irvine Improv. That's it. OrnyAdams.com. People, let me tell you something. People do come up to me a lot, and they say, I love you on Carolla. I love the banter between you two.
They like it. It's spirited.
They sure do, because you know what they don't like? Most of your guests come on and kiss your ass.
Nah, not you. Not you.
Not you. They kiss your ass like it's 20 years ago.
You got to listen to the show.
Had a fan base.
Everybody disagrees with everything I say on this show. Now, wait a minute. So if I said September is pre-October.
Yes, it is.
But what if I said September is previously October?
Can I say this?
Is that different?
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, it's
September. If I said September is pre-October, you would say
technically
you'd
you'd be correct.
But if I said September is previously October,
that would be really confusing.
Yeah, but why? If they mean the same thing. Uh-oh. Now we're in a fucking...
Well, the pre is interchangeable in a bunch of words. Previously, premature, preemptive,
But
so it's the pre that matters.
It's a prefix.
So you
It's
wouldn't
the pre
use
that
previously
matters. It's even
October.
pre and prefix.
You would say
Pre. Yeah. Pre-October.
Pre-October.
Okay. All right. I don't know. I'll figure it out.
You know that Subaru does not sell pre-owned cars.
What do they sell?
Pre-loved cars.
Oh, that's true. Did you do that commercial?
No.
Maybe
Oh, we
that's-
played that commercial.
You know, I tried. I took one for a test drive, and the tailpipe was all lubed up with baby oil, and I was like, "What is going on here?"
Wow.
Previously loved.
There is on TikTok, there are videos of women celebrating, watching sports and stuff like that, and it says, it'll say the reaction when Subaru has a sale, and you got to watch them to see.
All right.
They're
We'll
funny.
look it up.
Pull,
All right.
pull a couple of those.
Dawson, you got your news?
Let's do it.
Ready to go? We'll take a break. Back with Orny right after this. Tommy John. Well, there's a simple life hack. It's an upgrade. It's called switching to Tommy John. Tommy John. That's all I wear. I really will not take a hike or walk or exercise or do anything without my Tommy Johns. Yep, you're much more comfortable. You do everything better because you feel better. Second Skin underwear has dozens of comfort innovations like supportive contour pouch and horizontal quick draw fly, plus breathable, lightweight, moisture wicking fabric with 4 times more stretch than competing brands. Over 20 million pairs sold, thousands of 5-star reviews. Tommy John, they don't have customers, they have fanatics. How do I know? I am one of them. It's the best pair you'll ever wear. Or it's free. Guaranteed it's Tommy John. Right, Dawson?
Get 20% off your first order right now at TommyJohn.com/Adam. Save 20% on Second Skin at TommyJohn.com/Adam. TommyJohn.com/Adam. See site for details.
Botanic Tonics. Feel free by Botanic Tonics. I'm telling you, I'm on these things. Sometimes struggle and focus, mood, all that kind of stuff. I literally was doing stand-up last night, and I brought one to take before I hit the stage, and I had a killer set. Yeah. So if you would like to get the energy and get the mental reset and the mood lift, it's all there. And not just mood and focus, but also I've noticed a good energy boost as well. So when I'm tired, feeling a little run down, a serving of Feel Free really helps. A little bottle, and just take it with you anywhere you go and take a shot off that. And you just feel, I don't know, you feel like you took a wonderful nap and you woke up and took a hot shower, like you just feel ready to go. I don't feel like I need as much caffeine anymore as well. I take it 2-3 times a week, and when I have low energy, I'm just feeling a little down, it kicks in and works. Feel Free by Botanic Tonics. Try it. You will notice the difference. Right, Dawson?
Make the switch to all-natural energy and get an extra little mood lift with this plant-based tonic. Go to botanictonics.com and use code ADAM at checkout for $40 off a 12-pack case. Again, that's botanictonics.com, code ADAM.
I love pet names. My favorite pet name is Pumpkin. I want to meet the first guy who had the guts to call a girl a pumpkin. It's a fat orange fruit with stripes. We smash on Halloween. First we carve out the eyes. Yeah, you're my pumpkin. Yeah, you're my pumpkin, pumpkin. Not giving you a mouth, pumpkin, so you can't talk back to me.
Orny Adams is on the Adam Carolla Show.
Stealing my Halloween bit.
Oh, that's an oldie, but I could sell that to you. You buying bits?
Oh, yeah, I'm buying pumpkin bits. Yeah, I'm not buying Arbor Day bits.
I got a
I'm
lot.
buying Halloween bits.
I got Halloween bits. I got a lot. Yeah.
How much for the pumpkin bit?
Let me think about it.
Okay.
Because I know you're shrewd.
Oh, yeah, I drive a hard pumpkin
Yeah.
bit bargain. Yeah. Yeah, no, obviously I would compensate you. I don't want to get into a Mencia type situation.
Yeah, no. It would be, we would have paperwork and everything. But I think that we should consider you doing a 1 hour pumpkin special show, Halloween show. Like on Halloween, you should go to one club and it should be the annual Adam Carolla, pumpkin joke.
I'm going to take it further. I'll call it Live from the Patch.
Oh.
And I'm going to set up a stage in the middle of a field of pumpkins and invite people in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can get to the front of the line.
Go right past
if
all
you
those.
pay people.
Pay.
Yeah.
This Halloween, you're at Jimmy Kimmel's.
Oh, I am.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where I launch it.
Oh, and I'm there the next day.
There you go.
All right, what do you got, Dawson?
President Joe Biden said on Monday that his White House aides have told him he can't do things that he wants to do, but that he would do it anyway. He said this right before asking young girls to join him on stage. Biden shook hands with several elementary and middle school aged children on stage in the East Room after making the stunning admission at an event honoring the 2023 Women's Soccer League champions. He said, "It's going to be great. Let's hear Biden say it, and then I'll read it to you if it's unclear."
I thought when I got to be president, I'd get to do things that I wanted to do, but my staff tells me what I can't do, but I'm going to do it anyway. All the young women, young kids out there that are out there, come on up and do this when we stand behind me when we do this. Come on.
We could do the Macarena
and the guys.
And the guys. So he didn't say it directly, but indirectly. Apparently, his staff has told him, stop sniffing children.
No.
No.
Yeah, I believe it. Well, listen, he does a lot of I was told not to take questions. I don't know why he would say that out loud.
Yeah.
He did a lot of, they're going to get mad at me for answering questions, but I'll take a question. Why preface it? Why preface it?
I can tell you why.
With that, why not
emasculating.
just take questions? Yeah.
Because he's addressing his staff passive aggressively.
Yes.
Just telling them to pound sand.
Yeah, he's saying, I'm told not to. They're wrong. I'm now going to do it. That's what's going on there.
I get it. And so maybe it is a passive-aggressive jab at the staff, but it also undermines your sort of legitimacy because you feel like there's some 28-year-old in the back telling you not to take questions from the press.
There are no winners, basically.
There are no
it
winners.
Hurts him,
You know what I would say?
And it's passive-aggressive to
I
the
would
staff.
say I'm going to invite all the kids up here, but my staff has told me not to suck their tongues like the Dalai Lama.
Yes. Speaking of my staff and sucking, come on, ladies. You soccer ladies wear shin guards. You wear knee pads as well.
Happy Halloween!
Now I got a vat of baby oil over here.
Oh, you should give out baby oil for Halloween.
Oh, yeah. I gave away lube for a while, but water soluble. I'm responsible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I took a little heat from some of the other parents just giving away lube, lots of lube. They were like, what about a mini Snickers bar? And I'm like, how are you going to put that up your ass with no lube?
Yeah.
And they were like, you don't have to put stuff up your ass. And I was like, this conversation's over. And I just slammed the door.
Here's the other thing.
And then But I did write some of the shit down because I was like, this is going to my Halloween special.
For sure. And you're the only house in the neighborhood that has 2 lines. You've got the express line to the the candy, and then the people that you passed, like at Disneyland, the Make-A-Wish kids.
I got the
kids
lube line.
Kids in wheelchairs, and Adam Carolla's walking by them, obviously wearing a shirt that says Carolla, because I've seen you in public.
Yeah,
anything to draw
jersey.
attention.
I wear my high school football jersey.
Formula One. Yeah, your Formula One. Carolla.
My mom used to give out walnuts and raisins, and then they would just get thrown. Our house would get pelted with this fucking walnuts.
In the walnut? Like, did you give a nutcracker too? Or are they, aren't they in a thick shell?
Well, the nutcracker they do during Christmas time. This is
so you have to wait a month to eat the walnut from the Carolla family house.
No nutcracker, just whole in-shell walnuts, which are just essentially projectiles at that point. They're not food.
Did you guys have a walnut tree? Because that is some effort. by your mom there, and that just doesn't seem right.
We bizarrely had a walnut
There you
tree.
go.
Hold on,
There you go.
we're not done yet, Dawson. We had a walnut tree that only produced weird green things with no shell that never turned brown.
Okay.
It was a fucked up. Out here in the valley, they have all these weird grapefruit lemon trees where it's like the skin is super thick and it's all fucked up and you can't eat it or
a
do
shitty
anything.
lemon tree. Yes.
Yeah, or a grapefruit tree that's been, it has Down syndrome or something.
It's something.
We have like cross-pollinated, fucked up trees that don't produce anything. And we had one of these. We had one of these walnut trees. All they do is drop these weird green things about the size. No nut. I would have lived off those fucking things if they were.
Well, I have an olive tree, and there's olives all over the ground. I should give those out for Halloween.
Yes, you should give olives out. Yeah, we also had a fucked up olive tree that just dropped purple olives that were inedible.
Yeah, like
it just stained everything, but you couldn't eat it.
Yeah, like dogs go over and sniff it, and they're like, "We're not even going to eat this."
Yeah, it's all the bad parts about having a fruit tree and none of the upside where you get the fresh lemons or the olives or the walnuts. Yeah. Sorry.
It's all right. A Florida sheriff deputy was arrested on Friday after he told investigators that he accidentally shot his girlfriend. Ocala police said in a press release posted on Facebook that they responded to the home of 32-year-old Leslie Boulou, Leslie the man, a Marion County Sheriff's deputy, where they found his girlfriend with a fatal gunshot wound to the head.
What a tragic name.
I know.
Boulou, Leslie
Plus,
Boulou.
it was hyphenated because his mom's last name was Cox, C-O-X. So for a
Blue
while,
Cox.
all through junior high, it was Leslie Blue Cox. And that just left a scar.
So he was a cop?
He was a sheriff, yeah. He told officers that he had accidentally fired a loaded round from a rifle while he and his girlfriend were cleaning and dry firing their guns.
Can I say that?
The girlfriend, identified as Paulina Wright, 25 years old. Boulou was fired from the sheriff's department after his arrest, and the police department is investigating. Here's what Boulou said happened. He told investigators,
You got to go this direction. I mean, you can't poison anyone anymore because they just find your searches for poison and they find the box and they find the receipt from the hardware store you bought the zip ties from. Like, there's a trail.
Yeah,
All you can do if you want to kill a spouse is you have to go, I think we should get a gun and we should use it for home protection and you should have a gun. And then on a Sunday, we should clean our guns. And then you should just shoot her in the fucking face.
Right.
And then go, the gun went off. Because there is no more, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to put you in the rowboat. I'm going to take you out to the swamp. Like, there's just...
Yeah, they'll follow your phone.
They have everything.
They'll GPS,
All you can do is do everything above board and then just shoot them and then go back to discharge whatever, whatever.
I tell all women... on gun cleaning day, get out of the house. Go to the spa with the women. You know what I mean? Anytime a guy's like, hey, let's clean our guns together. It's not a group activity.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you clear out. Yeah.
I bet if we go on your computer and we put in, like, how, it autofills skip the line with all the losers in it at Disney.
All right, so what's this
He told
guy?
investigators that he and his girlfriend had eaten dinner and drank margaritas at a local
there you
restaurant. And when they got home, they'd found that firearm cleaning supplies had been delivered. So they went inside, where Boulou provided the girlfriend some training that included pointing guns at each other. Boulou told the detective he knew what he was doing was wrong, but he did it anyway. He said he and his girlfriend have, quote, done similar types of training in the past, but he did describe his behavior as sloppy.
And by the way, after this whole Alec Baldwin rust business, is anyone going to be able to pin this on anybody anymore? Just mistake, went off.
But if you're a cop, if you're trained in firearms, you know to, like, pull the thing back and see if there's a bullet in the chamber.
Yeah, but what you get is like negligent homicide or something when you don't get murder one. That's what you want, or manslaughter or something, you know?
He said he pointed the rifle at his girlfriend And when he pulled the trigger, a round came out and hit the woman in the head. He said he'd forgotten that the rifle was loaded and had dry fired it once. He said, I know this looks really bad. I told her I did not want this to happen. I did not want to train her in the effing house like this.
It's her fault. Got to blame the victim.
Yeah.
So anyway, he's out of a job.
Does she have any kids?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
Doesn't say.
okay. No loss, right?
Yeah,
No.
motherless. She's
a hero.
I mean, someone's got to adopt that cat.
There you go. We didn't need
We didn't need her.
Right.
Oh, no, wait. She was a hero, according to Tracy Ellis Ross. Or?
Yeah.
I can't keep my math right. I agree with you, though. We don't need her.
No.
She's gone.
You've
She doesn't
convinced
have
me.
kids.
You've convinced. You've turned me.
Yeah. Well, look, like I said, having kids, hero. Not having kids, hero. So hero.
But that's what
we
you got
lost
from the video.
hero.
The video is about these women defending that they're equal to people that have kids. But you don't want to see that. But that's fine. That's fine.
I don't like to watch assholes congratulate themselves.
Best part
That's
of that
what it is
Oprah
with me.
thing
Yeah.
was at the end when Oprah said, you don't get a car and you don't get a car. Eric Stonestreet said he felt a little hurt when a Mitch and Cam Modern Family spinoff was rejected.
Now, let me ask you this. If you're gay, you can't use the term butt hurt, right?
Yeah.
But if you're not gay and you're straight, you can say, I was a little butt hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But if you played a gay role on television, but you aren't gay, are you allowed to say butt hurt? Orny, you first.
Okay, first of all, gay people can say butt hurt. You don't think they get butt hurt?
Oh, I think they get butt hurt every day, but they don't talk about it.
Not when they're with you. That thing slides right in. That little pencil dick of yours.
I think that's a slur to say butt hurt.
I don't feel comfortable with it at this day and age. You're right.
It's a slur. So I wouldn't say a lot of gay people would say butt hurt.
I don't feel comfortable saying whipped cream.
Oh, really? It's
Yep.
that?
Harkens back.
Yeah.
Slavery, whatever. I don't feel comfortable.
So you would not eat whipped cream in the master bedroom.
Not until they rename both of those.
You would eat churned cream, frothed cream in the primary suite.
Yes.
See what we're doing with language here?
I get it, and it all makes a difference.
It adds up.
It adds. I told you my theory.
That's how you cure the racial divide, by changing all the names and everything.
Listen, I'm with you.
No, listen.
I'm with you. Hey, you call it soccer, you call it football. It's the same sport.
That's right.
Same shit going on.
That's what heals.
Yeah.
I agree.
You know, I get excited. I was in Arizona 2 weeks ago, and I got, for the first time in about a year, to see homeless people.
Wow.
Yeah. They're still there.
In Arizona.
Yeah.
And here they're previously housed.
Yeah, previously housed.
There they have homeless people.
Good. There you go, Adam.
Thank
That's
you.
how you do it.
We have a clip of Stonestreet talking about this. All right.
You know, Chris Lloyd and a couple of the writers wrote a really great script that spun Jesse and I off in our life in Missouri. And they said no. They just said, we don't want to do it. And I think it hurt Jesse and I's feelings. I think it hurt Chris Lloyd's feelings. I mean,
how did it get to you?
Well, because I love my character. I love the show. I love Jesse. We had a great working relationship. We had amazing chemistry. We didn't know each other, and we built these characters that Steve and Chris wrote, and our writing staff cultivated. And I guess because we weren't maybe done, like I would have kept going. I think everyone would have kept going.
Right, we got it. I like Eric Stonestreet a lot. I mean, he's a good dude. But, you know, TV is fraught with people going, nah. Like, you know, I have a good script, or I have this guy attached, or I have that guy attached, and I got a really killer script, and they go, pass. I mean, that's all this business is.
Having been on a show, I was on Teen Wolf. We did 100 episodes. Myself included, we all thought we deserved a spinoff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I thought there was going to be a Coach spinoff. We talked about it. They would lure me back every year. Like, they're like, take the money. It's not as much as you probably think you deserve, but maybe we can do a Coach spinoff at some point. So I'm sure everybody on, what was that, Modern Family?
Yeah.
Feels like they deserve a spinoff. Dawson wants a spinoff from this show.
Yeah.
The show I did that everyone likes the most is the Adam Carolla project, where I like rebuilt my dad's house with my old crew. And everyone loves that show. And 3 times a year, people go to me, how come no season 2? It was killer show. We love that show. And I go, I don't know. They go, why didn't you do another year? Do another house? Do another season? I'm like, I don't know.
Right.
They don't want another season.
It's crazy.
That's all TV is. So Stonestreet, I like, but get used to it, Eric. He got on a show that ran for 12 seasons and was wildly successful. That is very rare.
Very rare.
The norm is them looking at a good script and going, no, thanks. That's the norm of TV.
Right.
Who was the guy interviewing him in shorts and slippers? Or what were those? I couldn't stop looking at that.
I didn't see that.
I didn't. Was that Graham Norton? Was it? Did I read that on there? Anyway, doesn't matter. Okay. Next story.
The sequel would have focused on the family, which added a baby boy relocating to the Midwest so Cam could pursue his dream of being a college football coach. Mm-hmm. And, if he makes noise about it, there's always a chance that a Netflix or a Tubi or something might pick it up. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't say it's the end.
Graham Bessinger. There you go.
Oh, Graham Bessinger.
How do we find that clip?
Bessinger.
I don't know.
Well,
let's all go.
It seems that we're closer and closer and closer
Dawson,
to Navigating. The U.S. Commerce Department on Monday, today, as we record this, is proposing a ban on the sale of import smart vehicles that use specific Chinese or Russian technology because of national security concerns. U.S. government agency found a range of national security risks from embedded software and hardware from China and Russia in U.S. vehicles, including the possibility of remote sabotage.
Well,
by
listen,
hacking.
If the Israeli Defense Ministry can put explosives in pagers and set them off, everything's on the table in terms of remote detonation. And in 2006, I came up with an action movie called Navigating. And I said, it's out there. This scenario is out there, but this is coming on 20 years ago. Yeah. But I was talking about it. I had thoughts about it.
Yeah.
Because the second I saw a commercial for OnStar, like in 2003, and the guy standing outside of his GM product, and he's like, oh, I locked my keys in the car, and then the OnStar thing unlocks the car from the satellite. Yeah. I was like, uh-oh, it's on now. So I'll play a two-minute clip.
Is this of your thing? Or?
This is from my radio show with, I'm told, David Allen Greer in studio from 2006 on Navigating, which has got whacked down from 9 minutes because I didn't want to bore you, Orny.
I'm already bored. Are we going to play my OnStar bit? Big bit of mine, OnStar.
Oh, that's
so
right.
I closed my Takes the Third special. But here's what I love about you. Is every time there's something topical.
I'll buy the OnStar bit.
Oh, the OnStar bit's huge. Play the OnStar bit. Every time there's something topical, you will have talked about it or written a script about it 20 years prior.
Yes.
So it's like, it's funny because 15 years ago, Dr. Drew and I talked about people being sent up into space and they get stuck up there for 6 months. Yeah. And then Elon Musk has to rescue them. Play that clip. It's like, are you pre-recording these clips? Are you post-record? Are you doing the clips now? Is this a legitimate clip or is this a ruse that you do in the audience? It's always some. Listen. Here's me, 28 years ago, talking about women that don't have kids and they're kidless cat women. Play that clip.
Pull up the clip from 2007 where I was going off about the Haktuya girl.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Pull up that clip.
Right.
It's out there.
Right.
I said one day, she's only 2 years of age right now.
But every time
this chick is going to spit on some cocks and capture the nation's imagination. And I know it's weird because she's only 3.5 right now. But she's going to grow up to be a lady.
Yeah.
One day.
No,
find that clip.
Every time I'm on, you've predicted the future in some project. You haven't even done that much. But you're always involved in a project that's you're like Nostradamus over there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're Nostradamus Carolla.
Yeah.
With your predictions. There isn't a current event that you haven't discussed
Well, all right,
decades
but just
before.
for fun, you can find the clip of me saying Donald Trump is going to be president in 2016.
Yeah, you said
the
that.
year he became the president from 10 years before.
You've predicted everything.
No, well, now let's listen to Navageddon then, and let's see if I predicted this. This is from almost 20 years ago.
You know what I think, Adam? It's movie time. I'm going to lay back.
All right.
Let you and Mr. McGee.
If you want to chime in and help color our world, that's fine.
I will color it.
Oh, this is
What's
McGee.
this pitch, by the way? I'm curious.
It's a thriller.
Okay.
It's a glimpse into the future.
Got it.
And it's a cautionary tale about the Patriot Act and Big Brother spinning out of control.
I can dig it.
All right, we're going ahead, but not too far. The year 2007.5. Now, we'll go up to like 222.
Okay.
It's like 15 years ahead of now. The military is working on a satellite. It's a military satellite. Now, I play Colonel Duke Lacrosse. Okay? I'm in a top secret project that is working on this satellite that has artificial intelligence.
Ooh, AI.
It actually can think. It doesn't just obey commands from the earth anymore. It can actually think for itself. I realize this is spinning out of control, and I want no part of this project, but I know too much. I get out. I do that. I give in my papers, my resignation, and I'm out.
So our protagonist, Lacrosse, has a conscience.
That's right. That's
Excellent.
good. Protagonist.
Excellent. Yes.
That's a good guy.
Okay, I'm with you.
Okay. So that's me. I go home. I'm a family man.
Got it.
Now, this, by the way, this satellite, which is now thinking for itself, and starting to beam evil things back down to Earth. Because, of course, every time you give a machine an idea, whenever they can think for themselves, they always turn bad. They never want to give you a BJ or I'll go walk this dog or anything. They turn on your ass. They turn on your ass. And now it's getting into cars' navigational systems, the GPS, because it's the year 222. Every car has a GPS now. And it's beaming its satellite down, its evil information down through the antenna of these cars, and it's telling good people to drive toward the Grand Canyon. Everyone is being forced toward the Grand Canyon. Oh, you think you're going out to get a quart of milk or pick the kids up from school? No way. Turn left here. Oh, the nursery school's to the right. Turn left. I know what I'm doing. Boom. Next thing you know, you're in Arizona, and you're driving into the Grand Canyon. Well, it's going after me. It's targeted me because it knows I know too much, and I'm the only man who can take it down. Okay? By the way, it's called Navageddon. It's the end of the world via the navigation system that is built into every car now.
Oh, yeah. Well, in the original story, Bruce Willis was the hero, and scene one lights up on him pulling up into, like, he works at the Jet Propulsion Laboratories, and everyone has all the Teslas and all the electric cars parked, and he pulls up in a 71 Bronco, old school, and he gets out and, like, backfires and does a little post run, boom, boom, and everyone and his colleagues are walking past and making fun of him, like, why don't you join us now in present time instead of 1971? And he's like, I don't trust a car that drives itself. And they start laughing at him and they walk in. That's where it begins, because eventually those cars, the self-driving cars, get corrupted and driven into the Grand Canyon. You're just a passenger. Did you predict
self-driving cars too?
Yeah, I had the self-driving car. The only way this was 10 minutes long got cut down to 2 minutes, although felt to Orny like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on. I drifted.
But you drifted.
Yeah,
what I'm saying is, it's somewhere in one of these versions, there is the self-driving car, and that's taken over by the satellite.
That would have been the smarter,
into the
smarter bit. Yeah. Any chance the Israelis heard this pitch?
There's a very good chance.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, the IDF heard this.
Do we have the OnStar bit so we can show Adam how you take thoughts like that, but actually make it funny? If we could play that, please.
Oh,
yeah.
I see.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. 2 minutes. In the OnStar commercial, the guy like goes around a deer and then hits a tree. And then the lady calls him and talks to him about it. She's like, sir, We noticed you were in a crash. Is everything okay? We've called the police. And I just picture some guy going, no! I'm shit-faced!
Man, you really sweetened this special.
Don't call the police! We were gonna push it off to the side of the road and sober up. Call Pizza Hut, don't call the police. We were just up in wine country trick-or-treating.
That's my bit.
joke.
Back to my bit. Call back to my bit.
2006, this predates your 2-minute rant. Nobody 2011 anymore. Sir, we noticed both of your airbags went off. Is your wife okay? That's not my wife! You're not gonna call her too, OnStar? You're gonna ruin my life! You are infringing upon my Third Amendment right! That's it. That's it.
That's good.
That's how Pro does it.
Yeah.
Well, Secretary of Commerce Gina Raimondo said, quote,
Hold on. Sorry, 1 second.
He's
it
right
says Trump prediction, and then it says 7:30. But I'm not sure why that says that.
He's giving out the Powerball numbers.
It means 7 minutes and 30 seconds.
Right, but we could probably distill me predicting Trump was going to be president in 2016 without listening for full 7:30. There's probably
It's
a part
at the very top, actually. We just saw 7:30, so we write it on there for you so you can know how long it is.
Oh, because I wouldn't go to a clip that was that long. But okay, we'll have that. Oh, maybe we'll just play it.
Yeah, let's hear it.
He's going to be president in 8 years. You understand that, everybody? You understand Donald Trump is going to be president. He'll be president one day. It'll be in our lifetime.
Now, will he still have Melankia or whatever her name is?
No, because she will have seen her 38th birthday.
Right, so there'll be a new Slavic.
So I
former
guess I
model.
said in
That's
8
right.
years in 2008. I think that's
What were you
it
basing
was.
that on? That's impressive.
No, just Ted. When people become ubiquitous, see, eventually you have to become president because there's nothing left to do.
You fascinate me. 2 thoughts come to mind. You say so much shit.
Like Shaquille O'Neal will be president one day because there's just nothing left for him to do.
Is that your prediction?
It is. It is.
Wow. Okay, mark that. But I think it's this, Dawson, and I think you'll agree. You say so much shit. You talk for hours a day, and it's part of the public record. You have so much to talk about. You probably predicted everybody would be president.
You're right.
You're just pulling that. You're like 2 things. One, you're like the broken clock is right twice a day.
That's right. That's one of my sayings that I coined.
But that's what I think
There's
you
tape
are.
of me coining
I'm
that
sure you coined
phrase
that.
in
Yeah.
1871.
And then you're like the what's that theory where if the monkeys just banged on a typewriter,
That
eventually
at some point a Shakespearean play would come out.
that's you.
I don't agree with that theory that if you gave 1,000 monkeys 1,000 years and 1,000 typewriters, Hamlet would come out at some point.
Yes.
Like, I don't really subscribe to that one.
either.
You remind me of the chimp. Like I was watching that documentary, Chimp Crazy, and the chimp go, and I looked at my girlfriend and go, that's Carolla, right? That's Carolla.
All right, sorry for cutting you off.
That's all right.
Dawson.
Secretary of Commerce Gina Raimondo said, and I quote, in extreme situations, a foreign adversary could shut down or take control of all of their vehicles operating in the United States all at the same time, causing crashes or blocking roads. But it goes deeper than that. They also say that the Chinese government would be able to monitor individual Americans, their travel behavior to and from, find out where their children go to school, find out what hospitals they go to, how often they're going to the hospital. Maybe there's a health problem here, making individual American citizens vulnerable to espionage or
scary
stuff like that.
We're fucking idiots because think about all of the energy this country expelled yelling at people that said COVID came from a lab in China and how all we did was yell at anyone and call them racist and whatever it is. I mean, they must be laughing their fucking asses off over there. China is evil and would love to see our demise, and all we do is argue about, well, you said China virus, and that's racist, and you need to take that shit back. They must be laughing their fucking asses off. They came up with COVID in a lab, and either it escaped or they did it on purpose, but either way, we had 3 full years of screaming at people who even suggested it may have come from the lab. That's got to be awesome for China, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Because it adds a layer of protection.
Yes.
Because, people can feel uncomfortable saying that.
Well,
and so.
But the bigger question is, who are the people that knew it didn't come from the lab?
The people that leaked it out of the lab.
Who knew it didn't come from the lab here?
Oh.
Everyone on CNN knew it, but how did they know?
I don't know. I don't know the timeline.
They didn't know. They didn't know. They know they hated Trump because he said it did come from the lab. So they just said that's wrong because he said it, which is going to hurt your batting average as a news organization. That's the thing. They just yelled at anyone who said it did. But it's still got to be nice for China to watch us scream at people after unleashing a virus from a lab.
But it must bring you great comfort to know that the accusation was it always came out of China, whether it was a wet market or a lab.
Yes.
It was never like, oh, no, this isn't.
It was stupid that we even drew the distinction that somehow the wet market was so much more noble than the lab, which is insane.
Well, the lab would be purposeful, perhaps.
Yeah.
And those are responsible people that shouldn't let a virus leak. Whereas the wet market, if you look at it, it's vulgar.
But anyway, it was all bullshit and it was a lie. And I guess the people knew it was a lie. I don't know what CNN, if they know anything. I know Fauci knows shit. So he's lying and people trying to protect him are lying. But the rest of people are just sort of useful idiots who go along with the lie. But either way, China's got to be happy that they unleashed this virus on the world and everyone just beat themselves up about, all we did was yell at each other for this. And nothing ever got back to China. Like, hey, China, maybe you should write us a check. We'd lost a little commerce over here. Some people died. There were some schools shut down. Like maybe there's something you owe us here.
Well, you know how we do tariffs on goods. Why not tariffs on diseases and viruses? There should be a virus tariff that we impose on China.
We should be making those viruses right here in the US of A. Yeah, that's right.
You know what I thought of the other day? You ever think of a joke like a few years too late and you're just pissed off at yourself? Because I go after, every sort of, I open going after Texas, but I also like to go after California for our stupidity and stuff like that. And I thought in California, when you Google COVID shot, the first thing that fills in is how many calories.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? That is so sad.
So but no, that's my joke. I just thought of that.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, but now it sounds like me and your Halloween bit, like I'm trying to recycle.
Evergreen.
Yeah, a bit.
Listen, I will on rare occasion do a John Wayne Bobbitt bit.
That's great.
Now, that guy got his dick cut off.
Everywhere you go.
That guy's dick got cut off 30 years.
Piece of me.
You were so tone deaf.
He threw it out of the car.
I know. Now, here's the whole thing. My John Wayne Bobbitt bit, that happened 30 years ago, but I got a fresh angle on it.
What is it? Let me hear it. Because I'm the comedy police.
Okay.
I can sign off on it. I have the authority.
Basically, the angle is 2 angles. How did they find it? Like you throw my dick out of a moving car at night, and that'll be the last we see of my cock.
His dick was a little bigger than yours.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like I would imagine.
Yeah.
I don't think a Cub Scout troop would trip over it the following day.
Okay, I don't want to ruin this bit, but they had dick sniffing dogs.
They had dick sniffing dogs. That was
right.
But that's part of it as well.
Yeah.
But the Cub Scout troop, the real angle for John Wayne Bobbitt bit that makes it so fresh.
Yeah, let me hear it.
And so contemporary. Like right off the griddle.
I got to hear it. It's going to be political.
Fresh off the press.
I know it's going to be political.
No.
Oh.
He got divorced from Lorena because he beat her and then she cut his dick off. And then he got with a new woman and he beat her too. And then he got with the next woman and he beat her as well. So the point is the activity that he engaged in that got him his dick cut off, he didn't stop.
Oh, you're saying he was still beating after his dick got cut off?
He was moving on to the next relationship and beating them. And basically, you cut my dick off, I cease the behavior.
Yeah.
That's kind of the angle.
Is that the punchline? Is that the final?
The angle is
gotta go further.
You say what you want about John Wayne Bobbitt, but that dude was focused.
Yeah.
Because he didn't stop. So if I woke up in the middle of the night and I was missing my dick, and I said to my woman, "Why'd you cut my dick off?" And she said, "Why'd you leave the garage door open again?" Guess who would never forget to close the garage door? That's basically it.
But here's the thing. What's the worst thing that can happen to a guy? His dick gets cut off. Right. So why would he stop that behavior? The worst thing that can happen is the second woman recuts the dick off, and then he gets it reattached. So he's not going to stop his behavior. It's, you know what I mean?
I don't. I really don't know what you mean.
Look, the worst thing that can happen to a guy is his dick.
The worst has already happened.
It's happened. So what's the worst thing? He goes on and does it again. Then the next woman cuts his dick off. What are you going to do? It's already been cut off. Just please hit the same scar line. That's all I'm saying. Throw that in there. Then I'm going to sell you my denture bit.
You got a denture bit?
I got a denture bit.
But I got another angle.
Okay, go ahead.
There's probably only a handful of surgeons that can do the cock reattachment surgery.
Not since then. People have actually gone to school.
Well, yeah, but back, we're living in 1993 here.
Yeah.
It's only a handful of guys. I don't know, he's in bumfuck Missouri. There's probably only one dude. Can you imagine if that guy's phone rings in the middle of the night and you go, "We have to do a cock reattachment again." And he goes, "Who is it?" Same guy.
Yeah.
Like, he's got to be like, "Are you fucking, you got to be shitting me."
Yeah. You know, there's thousands of nerves that have to be individually reattached in the cock. Yeah,
I know.
Let me ask you a question. The guy who reattaches the cock, front of the Disneyland?
Oh, yeah. That guy.
That
guy goes right to the front.
No question.
Him, Dawson, serial killers, they give it no thought.
What color?
All. They go right to the front.
What color is his American Express card? You got like him. You got Sully Sullenberger that landed the plane in the Hudson. These guys.
To the front.
Whatever you want.
Right to the front of the line.
For life.
Yeah. All right. Dawson, is that good with the news?
We're good.
I think we'll take a break. I'm not sure if our next guest is around or not, but that's all right. We got Orny. Orny, you want to hang in?
Yeah, of course.
All right, quick break. Right back with Orny Adams right after this. O'Reilly Auto Parts. They're in the business of keeping your car on the road. O'Reilly offers friendly, helpful service and the parts and knowledge you'll need for all your maintenance and repairs. I've always gone to O'Reilly. I used to live up in the hills in La Crescenta. I'd go to the one up on Foothill. Still there. They've got thousands of parts and accessories in stock, either in-store or online, so you'll never have to worry if you're in a jam. The team at O'Reilly Auto Parts can test your battery for free in or out of your car, which is nice. You don't have to pull it. If it needs to be replaced, they'll help you find the right battery for your vehicle. Need your windshield wipers replaced, brake light fixed, quick service, they'll help you find the right part or point you to the nearest local repair shop for help as well. Whether you're a car aficionado or an auto novice, you'll find the team at O'Reilly knowledgeable, helpful, and best of all, friendly. So the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts are your one-stop shop for all things auto, do-it-yourself, and you can find what you need in the store or online. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com/Adam. That's O'ReillyAuto.com/Adam.
It's time to check Adam's voicemail.
Adam, Bud and Charlotte. I'm watching a 2019 movie called American Woman, starring the beautiful Sienna Miller. And about the hour and 3 mark into the movie, she's walking out of the grocery store with her young grandson, with 3 indescript brown paper bags. And surely enough, one large French bread sticking out of the bag. It is wrapped, and it's clearly printed on there, French. You the man, Ace. Get it on.
You can leave us a message at 888-634-1744.
Orny Adams is in studio. He's a baguette, and he's also something that rhymes with baguette.
Oh,
yeah, close your eyes, kids, and do the math. Orny's got dates, man. He's going to be at the Brea, beautiful Brea Improv. That'll be September 27th through the 29th. So, and you can go to his website, ornyadams.com. Yeah, a lot of controversy about the baguette versus the celery.
Not really.
Hanging out the bag.
You got destroyed online.
No, you online.
So I mean, question, you didn't even respond. I was having fun, posting pictures. You know, it was a fun like 3 days. Yes. And then people come up to my shows, like bring baguettes to my show. There's
a lot of photos of baguettes and celery.
No, not many celeries.
Yeah, I saw a lot of celery.
There'll be people at Brea Improv this weekend with baguettes for me. And I sign them now. You were wrong.
No. Well, listen. Baguette is low-hanging fruit. Anyone could say baguette because it's 3 foot long and it hangs out everything. Every set prop dresser in the world does the baguette. Very pedestrian. It's like naming your cellmate in prison Bubba. It's not creative. It's not smart. It's not interesting. Celery's a much deeper cut, more interesting.
No. First of all, the celery is ambiguous. And then you tried to pivot online. Instead of, the debate was, are there more baguettes coming out of the bag or celery type product? That was the debate. You turned it into, you switched as if people were going to be fooled. And you said, no. I said, nobody eats celery. So why would there be celery coming out of the bags?
They don't eat it in the same volume, is what I'm saying. People eat celery, but not as in great a volume as they would eat baguette.
That was never disputed.
Yeah, well, my argument was it wasn't used that, but my argument initially was that according to the set dressers of America, 100% of Americans eat celery primarily as part of their diet. And I'm saying that is not the case.
I agree with that. And I don't think the celery would be sticking out of the bag, ever. You don't fill the bag up so much that there's celery sticking out.
I guess, but would you lay it down?
Yeah, you put it just there on the bottom. But,
all right.
But the debate was, which I won, empirically and mathematically.
Listen, a tie at best. I mean,
a tie.
Let's get back
to... In what world? How do you have so much trouble admitting when you're wrong?
I claim victory on the celery versus baguette.
You can't.
All right, listen, like I said,
I'll be signing baguettes this weekend.
Prominently featured in St. Elmo's Fire in the roommate scene. All right, now
movie.
Back to this. Prepubescent.
Okay.
That means before puberty.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
So prepubescent
I
is
would
before,
know I don't have kids.
And then pre-owned, I look at it as before owned, meaning never owned before. That like prepubescent.
I finally understand where you're coming from, and it's insane.
It's insane. But now you understand, right?
Yes.
Pre is like prepubescent. It's not. We're not a second puberty. It's you've never had it, and so pre-owned means it's never been owned.
Yeah.
That's where I was stuck.
But I bet if you put in Google pre-owned or other examples besides cars would come up.
But if you say previously pubescent, that means this is a second puberty. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
That was my. If you forget about used RVs,
yeah.
Let's just go puberty.
Yes.
If you do it that way, then my theorem makes sense.
I get what you're saying. I do get it. I get it.
That's all.
So you're saying, yeah, I get it. I get it. I think it's a waste of time.
But maybe a waste of time.
It's a real waste of time.
All right, let me switch to a more controversial subject.
Okay, let's do it. I like controversy. I like to get in trouble.
Do we have that clip of the Pope? Because I realized the Pope is a fucking idiot. And I never thought I'd get to the age where I looked at the Pope and thought he was a fucking idiot. But the Pope, and there's a clip somewhere, Byron, about the Pope, and he's basically saying, I can't sign off on either candidate.
Why say anything?
I don't know why the Pope needs to weigh in on so much shit. You know what I mean?
Or our politics.
And our politics. And also, Pope, we grew up in a world where the Pope stayed in his Pope lane.
That's right.
The Vicar of Christ stayed right in the middle of Pope Alley there.
Yep.
Now he's branching off into shit. And it keeps going this way. We're going to have popes like in 2055. They're going to be like, I think the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl. Like, they're making Super Bowl predictions at this point. Like,
but remember when you asked me who I'm voting for, and I said, I don't know until the Pope weighs in?
Oh, that's true. Off air.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
but I still don't know.
Now we got a conundrum.
Yeah.
I'll play it for you. It's 18 seconds.
They are both against life. The one who throws away the migrants, as well as the one who kills children. Both are against life. Who is the lesser of two evils? That lady or that gentleman? I don't know.
Well, one is called a border, douchebag. I mean, I've not been to the Vatican, but does it have a wall around it?
It does not, no.
Do you just let migrants just sort of float through the papal palace?
Everybody's allowed.
Do you just go right in your popeship so you don't turn people away that are trying to get into the Vatican? Or is that how Canada runs their country? Just people just kind of float around as sort of borderless? I mean, I get it. He's against abortion. Fine. That's his stance. But the part where you're trying to enforce your borders, that's really...
Yeah, it doesn't seem parallel.
No, one is...
Like...
one is something you can argue the morality of, which is abortion, but the other is just what sovereign nations do. They have borders.
Yeah, but you can also argue the morality of immigration, but abortion and letting somebody into the country, it's we're not a womb. Are we a womb?
No.
Is America the womb of the world?
No.
Where immigrants are supposed to shoot out of them?
I'm with Tracy Ellis Ross.
That's right.
Stop shitting out the kids.
Play that video back, because I think I saw Carolla in the audience clapping.
I was there.
I saw you clapping.
I paid a little extra to sit up front. Why, you got a problem with that? I flashed the black card.
That's right, you did.
It walked me right through the papal palace.
There was you and the penis attachment doctor, the surgeon. You got to get him on. If you can, I want to be on that episode. If you can get the guy who reattached Bobbitt's penis.
I talked to Lorena Bobbitt on the phone.
Did you hit on her?
Well, that's the subtext of every conversation I have with a woman on the phone. But initially, no.
Yeah.
We, during the Man Show, tried to get Lorena Bobbitt to come on the show and cut some, some dummy's dick off or something, whatever. We thought it'd be funny to have Lorena Bobbitt on the Man Show.
Yeah, she should have done like Jinsu knife commercial.
She was the original Haktua girl, She could have made the fucking the rounds, the circuit.
I was sleeping in a jockstrap for years after that.
Yeah,
jockstrap sales went through the roof.
No, I used to sleep on my back.
Yeah,
not anymore.
I still wake up every once in a while and go, oh, thank God it's still there.
Yeah. No, I used to sleep on my back, and then the whole Lorena Bobbitt thing came around. I flipped over my stomach, but then I got pegged by P. Diddy.
Yeah.
So now what? You know what I mean?
I don't think you're P. Diddy's type. I don't.
I'm telling you, someone was back there.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're not safe anywhere. Why don't you side sleep?
Yeah, well, now I got two ports open.
Yeah.
For invasion? Come on now.
Sounds like your kind of night.
Yeah. So, wait a minute. Where were we talking? So I was told, I don't know why, I sat in an office with Jimmy and Daniel, and they weren't as good at talking to women and getting them to do stuff they didn't want to do as I was for some reason.
Wow.
They used to get me on the phone with the female executives at Comedy Central all the time and go, Debbie Liebling's not letting us do this and she doesn't want that. And then they'd go, Adam, you call. She likes you. Call her, sweet talk her a little bit. And so we got Lorena Bobbitt's phone number at a hair salon she worked at, and I called her up. And I just started trying to sweet talk her into coming on the Man Show. It didn't exist. We should have recorded it. Yeah, I mean, not everything was recorded, but she wouldn't come on, and I don't know where she is. She's in obscurity today, but we can show the clip again. I don't know where Dawson went, but we can show the clip again. Because Orny wants to see it.
What's the clip of?
Well, the Pope. You said you wanted to see it again.
No, I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's,
okay.
Again, he said nothing. He should have just said, I have no comment. I don't comment on politics.
Yeah, he basically called them both killers. So now we know whoever gets elected is hated by the Pope.
Can I tell you what I think now that I'm thinking about it? I believe that.
Oh, you wanted to see the Oprah clip?
No, I was kidding about that.
I thought you wanted to see the Pope clip.
No, I was saying you were in the audience. Well, you were probably in the audience clapping for the Pope, too.
Yeah, that's what I thought you
meant.
It
sounds like he's endorsing Kamala. Because otherwise, he would say, I don't believe in the señorita because she's not pro-life. But instead, he said, well, the other guy, but by the way, didn't say either of their names. Yeah. All of a sudden, the guy doesn't know their names.
I think even there's a Jill Stein endorsement there, or a third party.
So he's saying, well, listen, I'm against. I can't endorse the other party either because they're aborting immigrants. So he's basically saying, I'm endorsing Kamala. That's what I think.
We have, I'd like to introduce a new word. I'd like to see if you would endorse this word. Ungruntled.
Meaning what?
Well, we have disgruntled, and people aren't even gruntled.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. People get disgruntled, but I was never even gruntled.
Yeah,
how could I be disgruntled if I wasn't even gruntled?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But also, if I'm disgruntled, like I'm an airline passenger or an employee who's disgruntled, then my boss gives me a big signing bonus or some free food. Then wouldn't I be ungruntled? How come I can't undo the gruntle?
Right. It's great.
He's disgruntled.
I would go
when
with
do I get to ungruntled?
I would go with it. I would say that you started off, you were disgruntled, and you'd say, I wasn't always disgruntled. I was gruntled when I came in.
I was just walking around gruntled.
I was all gruntled.
All grunt.
Yeah.
You're pre-gruntled.
You're
pre-gruntled.
Pre-gruntled.
And then I got into an issue, and now I've been disgruntled.
Yeah.
But then he made me whole again.
Yeah.
Now I'm ungruntled.
I think it's great.
It should be a thing, right?
It should be a thing. What does disgruntled? What does gruntled mean? What is disgruntled? What does the gruntled part of disgruntled come from?
I just want to give people the chance to ungruntle their disgruntled.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
According to the dictionary, gruntled means pleased, satisfied, and contented.
So it's a word.
So you should be able to be ungruntled.
I got to undo the grunt.
So you can be gruntled, right?
I walk around in a generally gruntled way.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Just try to find the gruntle in everyone.
Are you a happy person? Do you wake up happy?
No, I'm never. I'm not happy because there's too much stuff that goes wrong on an almost daily basis.
Yeah.
So I can't be happy.
So I wake up happy, then I start to think about everything that's wrong.
Uh-huh.
And I unwind rather quickly.
Yeah.
First, I check to make sure my penis is there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of a sudden, all the other problems would seem a lot smaller.
I don't walk around generally gruntled.
Yeah.
But not really disgruntled. I just realized I'll give you an example of why I can't just be happy.
Mm-hmm.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. So I have one of those cold dunk tanks.
You do? You bought into that too?
Yeah.
What was there? A commercial on Fox News for those?
Never commercials for cold dunk tanks.
Yeah, but you never know. Maybe one of the podcasts, Tucker Carlson, maybe.
I've never seen a spot for one.
Did Kennedy have one at his house when you went to his compound?
Oh, that was a hot tub, bro.
Oh, I bet there was.
There was a lot of heat in that tub.
I bet there was. Yeah.
I ungruntled his shit.
You guys ever drive
real
around
fast.
and find dead carcasses and
Yeah.
dead whales, bring them back to the house?
We keep a chainsaw in case we find some carcass.
Something's a little off about that guy, maybe?
No, I love that guy.
No.
I love that guy. And also the stuff everyone makes weird, like, I don't know, picking up roadkill. If you have thoughts about eating it, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for that.
Yeah.
I passed, weirdly, some roadkill today on PCH, and then again, like I've sensed a lot of roadkill lately. I don't know if there's a weird thing going on, or the sun's in the seventh house or something, but either way. No, Kenny I've talked to for a while. Smart. He's been on the show, but I hung out with him. The media is trying to make him into a weirdo. He's far from weird. He's really gruntled.
Oh.
He's a genuinely gruntled man.
Interesting.
But I was but now we let's not get off the subject here. The cold tub.
Yeah.
Here's why I cannot walk around in a gruntled state.
Yeah.
So you tell me.
Okay.
I have a cold dunk tub.
Right.
I have not been able to use that cold dunk tub since I sold my house and moved out of my house, and the cold dunk tub sat in my warehouse, unused. So I decided the other day, several months ago, I thought, I miss my cold dunk tub, and I filled it, I don't know, halfway up with water, and I plugged it in, and I wanted to kind of test it out, make sure it was okay, and it was leaking. It had an issue.
Yeah.
So I then walked away and just let it sort of sit in storage. But a couple of weeks ago, I thought, I really want that cold dunk tub, and I want to use it.
Yeah.
And I want to put it in my garage in Malibu, and I'm going to go down every morning, and I'm going to sit in that freezing tub. It's good for me, and it'll help get me back to gruntled.
Yeah.
Well,
here's first before you, because I had this thought. This is how you can tell if you're gruntled or disgruntled. When you filled it up, was it half full or half empty?
It's a good call. I had to get it half up to the intake to let the water suck through it and make the rounds, so I could tell if it was leaking or whatever.
Oh, is this like a hot tub that circulates, but it's cold?
Yeah, that's the way it keeps it cold. It circulates it.
You know what I love about what I'm learning about this cold plunge tub? Never going to get you laid.
No
woman. You're never like, hey, you get drunk at the bar after a show. Come back and let's do that. Let's do the cold plunge.
Yeah, let's eat a couple of snow cones in a frozen lake.
Yeah.
No, and plus it really gives you the Lorena Bobbitt treatment when you step out.
Yeah,
no knives involved.
Oh, I'm sure.
There's no surgery that needed when you step out of it.
Yeah.
So I tell my guys in the shop.
You got guys.
I got guys.
Wow.
I say, look, that tub is leaking. It needs a new hose clamp or something. They're all mechanics. It's all basically fixable. It's not rocket science. I go, listen, it's got a leak somewhere. It's coming from a loose clamp or fitting or something on the plumbing. Fill it up halfway or halfway empty. Yeah. Get it up. Plug it in. Fire it up. See where it's leaking. Fix the leak. Make sure and dry run it, meaning put the water in it and run it.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure the thing's not leaking.
Right.
And then load it up in my truck, hump it out to Malibu. It's big and it's heavy. And we'll back up the truck and we'll put it in the garage and we'll fill it up and we'll plug it in and we'll cool it, and I will have my cold dunk tub, which will help me be ungruntled.
Right.
So they fix it. They test it. They bring it over. They put it in the garage. They fill it up. They plug it in. They turn it on. And the following day or weekend or whatever, I come back from out of town. It's running. It's cold. And it's leaking out of the garage and down the driveway and down the street. So now I'm like, it's full of water. It's cold, but it's leaking. And I can't find out where it's leaking. So it leaks down till it gets to the inlet, which means there's not a hole in the bottom of it. It's getting sucked through the inlet and leaking somewhere in the piping. You have to
explain
of it.
this to me. I've had
people
toilets, that you got to mark the water
stopped
line.
leaking, and then I don't know. The guy who fixed it, Roberto's over the next week, and I'm going out of town again, and I go, this thing is leaking. You didn't fix it. And we got to figure out where it's leaking from and then fill it back up and plug it back in. And then I go out of town and I come back and I pull the lid off and it's just as low and it's not fixed. So now I don't know what to do, but I don't know how to not be disgruntled.
Okay.
Because I want the cold tub. I tried for the cold tub. I told them it's leaking. Do not bring it over until it's fixed. They brought it over, they plugged it in, and it's leaking, and it's big, and it's heavy. And I know everyone goes, just get the Malibu plumber to come out. That's $2,000.
Okay.
That's it. It's something simple, but I can't get to it. It's too heavy, so now it's another bring guys over, turn it over, fire it up. I don't know. We got to fix it. But that's generally why I'm not as gruntled.
Okay, I have
is that.
Few thoughts. First, you're cursed.
Yeah, well, yeah. Nothing works.
And
nothing works.
This is why I feel a kinship with you. Despite the fact on air we're known as being combative, we'll plunge together. We're buddies. And the reason I feel a kinship is here is the instrument that is supposed to make you feel better.
Yes.
And it's driving you nuts. You're cursed.
No,
you're cursed. You'd be better off if that thing wasn't in your life. The second thing is...
You know what you're talking about? You're talking about laying face down on a massage table, trying to relax, realizing we're at that point where we're going to turn over any minute, and you're starting to get a boner. And so you lay there, and you go, my God, I think I'm starting to get a boner, and I'm going to have to turn over in 3 minutes. So you start thinking about Vietnam and your grandparents having sex and bizarre experiments on monkeys.
Yeah, I don't...
Anything to kill that boner. But now you're getting a massage to relax. And ironically, you're thinking about vivisection.
I've never had that problem.
Oh, yeah.
No, because I can segregate. I keep it professional. We're in a professional massage situation.
You can compartmentalize.
Absolutely.
But just laying on your belly on a stiff piece of plywood with a little bit of padding on it is enough to give a lot of guys a boner just laying there naked.
I have my own table. It's got a hole.
You do the center ball.
The center's got, for everything to go through.
Good, smart.
Yeah. No, I've done well.
You've done well, yeah.
Done really well.
Really well for yourself.
Yeah. Here's the other thought I have about the cold plunger is it's still under warranty.
It was given to me for free.
Right. So you need to contact those people because I get a lot of stuff for free too. I get a lot because I'm famous. It's
like when you go out to dinner and you see a rat.
That's another reason I couldn't complain because of the Carolla Disneyland theory.
Yeah.
I thought these people probably know me.
Yeah, you're right.
And I don't want to make a big deal and go, hey, are we going to get 20% off or take the steak off? So I don't...
You and Dawson will be glad to know that the notion that somebody may know me never enters my brain. If I go to return something or do something, I never have that thought.
But I'd reach out to this company, and it's in your subconscious.
You're right. No, you're right.
And I would say, hey, listen, I love the product, but I think something happened when we were moving it, and don't accuse them. Yeah. I guarantee
you're right.
They'll fix it or send out a new person.
You're right. I got to do that.
Yeah,
that's my problem. I always say, my guys will do it, but let these guys do it.
Apparently, your guys don't know what they're doing.
No, you're right. And also, to be honest, the cold tub is so fucking cold that it's sort of like when your personal trainer cancels or something and you go, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I can make it.
How long do you spend in there?
I can watch TV. You only spend 3 minutes in there, but I hadn't been in there in a year, and it was down to 45 degrees, and it hurt.
Yeah.
It stung.
Yeah, and in all fairness to your guys, that's not their wheelhouse. They're not cold plunge fixers, No,
that's not their thing.
But why wouldn't you try and fix it yourself? You're handy.
I messed around with it enough to know it had a leak, and I wanted them to transport it over to the house, and I guess I just said, well, let's fix it before we bring it over.
Yeah.
But you're right. Maybe I should have just brought
I
it
fixed
over.
my sink upstairs. You'd be
You
proud
did?
of me. Yeah.
You don't have an upstairs.
Yeah, I do. You've been up there.
No, you don't.
Yeah, of course I do.
There's no second
Yeah,
story.
and the not master suite, but the so the upstairs.
What upstairs?
What do you mean? What upstairs?
You don't have
When
an
you came into
upstairs.
my house, did you see the stairs that go upstairs?
Those weren't going anywhere.
Yeah. They're just show stairs.
Show stairs. You ever see the Brady Bunch? There's nothing up there.
Oh, there's a whole.
You think Marcia's room is up there? It's
there's
not.
there's a lot of goodness up there.
That's a sitcom stairway you have. There's
Yeah.
just a platform where they cue the actors and they come down.
Okay.
You don't have anything up there.
Okay, you got me. So
You're not a two-story man.
Right. So in my my studio,
You're a slab man.
Yeah.
You're on the flats.
Okay. So in one of my bathrooms,
You don't have 2 bathrooms.
3 full bathrooms.
Please.
4 if you count
Full?
the full
Shower.
shower and everything.
Shower in a tub.
One of them doesn't have a tub.
So not full.
What is that?
I don't know.
3
What are you in the
quarters?
master suite?
It's permanent. Primary suite.
3 bathrooms, my ass.
So the hot water stopped working.
I went to Orny's house. I asked to use the bathroom. He said I had to go outside. He said he didn't have a bathroom.
Yeah, I'm not letting you piss all over
Oh,
the...
is that why? I thought, okay, go ahead.
I mean, have you seen your toilets in here?
Oh, yeah.
It's disgusting.
That's disgusting. I
Muff
know.
diver posters, you know.
Yeah.
You have one bathroom that doesn't have a sink. What is that?
That's the one with the urinal.
Okay.
All right.
So, no hot water.
There's hot water.
No, at my house.
What do you need hot water in a urinal for, Orny?
No. In my sink.
I'm not pissing in your sink. I'm using my urinal.
Do I interrupt you this much?
All right,
okay.
go ahead.
So I have a tankless water heater. So the first thing I do is I call Ken, the neighbor from Oklahoma. I go, there's no hot water coming to one sink. It's going everywhere else. And he said it's a flow issue. There's
Yeah.
not enough water triggering the tankless hot water heater.
Yeah.
So I go online, watch videos on YouTube, and they're like, well, there could be a kink in the line, there could be dirt, you got to unscrew everything. But it also said, shut off the hot first, see if the flow is the same for the cold as it is for the hot. It was the same.
You like your tankless system?
It was there when I got the house.
Oh.
It's okay.
They kind of suck.
Takes
a while.
You waste a lot of water waiting for the hot water to
You
come
need
up.
a hopper.
I do.
You need a small, like 10-gallon water heater that is fed, that keeps it hot all the time, so you have instant hot while the tank is heating the water up. You can do that.
Yeah, I could, sure. So then I figured out the flow was the same for the hot and the cold, so I said, it's probably the aerator. And I unscrewed the aerator.
Look at you.
Cleaned it with a toothbrush.
Wow.
Hot water again.
Nice.
Not only that, now I'm fascinated by aerators because I thought they were universal. They're not universal. So I'm going to go over to one of our nice hardware stores around the corner.
Yeah.
And I'm going to buy some aerators.
Yeah, good
I have
for
it
you.
with me. That's what I'm doing after this.
You like an aerator.
Man shit. Real man shit. I'm not calling people to fix my cold plunger.
No, you're doing it yourself.
Do it myself.
Yeah.
I'm like you 30 years ago with hopes and dreams. And
I know.
Hands on.
Listen, I used to go through life gruntled, not a care in the world. And then all of a sudden, life disgruntled me.
Yeah.
But I feel through this conversation and healing and maybe watching enough Oprah, I'm now ungruntling myself. I'm on the road to ungruntled.
But in the old days, you would have had pride and would have fixed that. I think money has made you soft.
You know, when you sit back and you look at my accomplishments in the building, fixing, rehabbing department, there's no more mountains left to climb. There's nothing left to prove. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm basically Michael Jordan watching kids play a pickup game at the park. I don't need to join in. I don't need to go out there and prove it. I've done so much.
Yeah.
So many all-star seasons of building
Yeah.
that there's really nothing that I haven't done.
Speaking of all-stars, I think Kelce and Taylor Swift, is there a little trouble in paradise there?
I didn't hear about that.
Oh.
You heard about that?
Well, she was not at the game yesterday in Atlanta. She chose to go to New York and have dinner with Gigi Hadid And there's a video of Kelce on the sideline wiping a tear and looking sad.
Those Hadid sisters, did they actually do anything, or is there just is their specialty not being fat?
Yeah, that's it.
I don't know. Like, we just go, she's a model, and then we go, okay, but what do we need to talk about? Like, what are we doing?
But this is what's...
And ironically, we're going to dinner with these people. I'm going to go to dinner with Lizzo.
It's a weird...
I'm going to get my fucking feet on. I don't want to go there with some waif stick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but then you get all the food. You get to eat off of their plate, too.
You know, when you're ordering too much and you start feeling self-conscious, like when the person's like, I'll just have the dinner salad, and do you have tap water? And you're like, rack of ribs and 3 daiquiris, and then you start feeling guilty.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I want a partner in crime, you know?
One time, I was invited out by a very successful band to go out for dinner, and we went to a really nice Italian restaurant, and we never ordered food. It was just bottle of wine after bottle of wine after bottle of wine. And I was so effing hungry.
Yeah.
When I left, it was bizarre.
Why not? Why didn't they eat?
I don't know. I guess they're all real gaunt and skinny and...
Feels weird. You don't want to out-order the person, especially if the other person's paying. Then you feel super weird.
I tell everybody, this is my business advice to everybody. If you're young, never show up to a business meal hungry and know what you're going to order ahead of time.
Yeah.
Do not waste any energy at looking on that menu and making a decision.
The great Emilio Estevez in the fantastic film St. Elmo's Fire, where the celery was prominently displayed.
The one movie. The one example.
Let's not get mired in the celery.
Okay.
In that movie, he had a date. And he showed up at the restaurant before, like at noon, and wanted to look over the menu precede it. So it was all laid out by Emilio Estevez.
That's why you don't have to expel any energy on that decision. And when the other person is expelling energy, you can hold the conversation, much like I do on this podcast.
Well, we've unfortunately run out of time. But I do want to tell everyone I'm going to be doing a dry bar show on Friday in Provo.
What does that mean? Like you're doing an hour?
Clean.
Why?
Because that's what all the kids are doing these days.
Why not do your own special?
Well, I am doing a special. I'm just doing a clean special.
Okay.
I'll do a dirty special, my own. Then Casper, Wyoming at the Rialto Casper Theater. And then also Nashville, going to be at Zany's. You go to AdamCarolla.com for all the live show. Orny is going to be at Brea and doing a fantastic show. You got to see him in person. It's September 27th through the 29th. And then going to be at Kimmel's Club. That'll be October 18th and 19th. You go to ornyadams.com.
Yeah.
For all the live shows.
Tour. And Port Charlotte, Florida. Florida is a massive market.
Love Florida.
Yeah. They would love you there.
I go there all the time. All right. Been 10 minutes, but yeah. All right. Till next time. Adam Carolla for Dawson and Orny Adams saying mahalo.